Hello and welcome to LowerBitrate Podcast number 49. Today is Wednesday, November 18th, 2020. Almost over.
Wow. Yeah, welcome everybody.
Oh, happy 1 year.
Oh, it is 1 year? Okay, when are we doing that giveaway?
We said we are going to do it this week.
Well, let's give us another week. We're sorry. We're going to be a year in a week.
Yeah. Yeah. Stay tuned. As always, thank you for listening wherever you listen. If it is your first time listening, check our website, lowerbitrate.com. That's where you can find where the podcast is, all the socials for the podcast, all our personal things, and the Discord link for movie night on Mondays, 7 p.m. Central.
That website has all our personal things such as Lou's feet pics, OnlyFans, and all my Twitter fleets.
I forgot. I don't know how many times people are going to rip off Snapchat, but it keeps happening.
Love it.
Snapchat's like, oh, you think I'm a joke? Yes, we do. Yeah, so we did a bonus episode that came out before this one. It is on Twitch primarily, just to keep it separate. Had some thoughts on it. We've talked about it before, but it gets a little bit ranty, so we wanted to include it in that. And then we're going to be doing a game deals episode. Thanksgiving, Black Friday is pretty much canceled everywhere. Wear a mask, wash your butt. And so all of the sales are going to be happening online. So I'm going to try to scrub the internet and see if I can find the best deals. And we can present that to you either in a podcast form or a video form. Don't know yet. TBD on that one. So how was your week?
My week was all right. I got to watch some movies. I watched Ocean's 12 because remember, like the week prior, I'd watched Ocean's 11 with my best friend because she has not seen the Ocean's movies. Ocean's 12, it's not a good heist movie. These Ocean's movies are not good heist movies, but they're comedies. So, there's quips and some wits, but I don't know.
Does it hold up?
It holds up much better than Ocean's 11 did because like the music was so dated in Ocean's 11. They do a better job. The music didn't take me out of it once in Ocean's 12.
Okay.
Only difference Ocean's 11 and Ocean's 12 is how much Julia Roberts is in it. That's it.
Really? Yeah, I completely scrubbed those from my mind.
Yeah. It's just, just a good time to just waste my brain cells, just watching these movies. But a movie that is based on a true story of a chess player. I watched Queen of Katwe, Katwe. That's the name of the slum she came from. And it's just her story and her representing her country and being an only girl again, like playing against boys all the time. And just the obstacles she had to overcome. Just a really, and Lupita is in it. I'm sorry, I can't say her last name, but she's excellent, of course. She really, really makes the movie. But yeah, I would recommend it. It's very different from Queen's Gambit. Queen's Gambit was not a true story in any way, and it really focused on chess. This Queen of Katwe movie focuses more on her life, and chess is like a part of her life, not as like her whole life. But yeah, that's it.
Okay.
2 movies.
No gaming?
So I'm still on the Bugsnax track. I'm itching to play it again. Been thinking about it. I sing the song. It's in my brain. But I'd really like to hear your impressions of Bugsnax because you played a little bit.
Yes. Thank you for the code, by the way.
No problem.
We'll talk about Bugsnax in a minute. So.
Okay.
My week. We got a couple rants coming. Just a couple. So, I did not open the Xbox until almost a weekend, maybe 5 days. I was gonna sell it, then I was like, I don't want to. I'm gonna keep it, right? I want to have a 4K Blu-ray player, and I want to have something to play in bed, video games. So I open it. Nice unboxing experience. I don't know why that box is so fucking big for that small console, but I digress. The I take the Xbox, take it out, and I try to set it up. 100% the trick that I said last week about $180, $181 for 3 years of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, 100% works. I did it. I'll have Xbox Live or whatever it's called for 3 years. See you in 2023. Couple of issues. The Xbox does not work on my monitor. It was displaying at 480p. That's not good. So, first issue is the Xbox. First of all, the Xbox Series S claims to target 1440p gaming at 60 frames per second. But the Xbox Series X, which can do 4K, my monitor is not 4K, it's 1440p, does not have a 1440p option. So it freaks out and just puts it to 40p, will not let you put it in 4K or 1080p, and it was like that forever until I put it on at my actual TV. And even then, it will not do 4K unless you opt in to do 4K. It just seems like the software is a little bit half baked in the Xbox. And it's a little bit misleading because one big gripe that I have with this machine is that it doesn't have a display port. It does not have a display port. It has an HDMI.
Yeah.
So
that's a big problem with connecting to monitors. Come on.
Yeah, you could actually get a pretty decent connection on DisplayPort 1.2 or 1.4. Claiming that you're catching up to PC and not having a DisplayPort is a big monka. Like, that's a big yikes for me. So okay, granted, it doesn't work with my $500 monitor. That's fine. I was never planning on using it that way. I was just trying to see if you could do 1440p at 120 hertz, right? Does not work. I don't know if you need HDMI 2.1, which is it's almost impossible to find a monitor with HDMI 2.1. It's all DisplayPort. All of it.
Yeah.
And the higher end ones, I don't want to spend $1,000 to play my $500 console. That's not what you're selling me on, Phil Spencer. You're trying to give me a PC-like experience for less money, not more money.
Yeah.
Because you can,
and not old tech for your new gen console.
Exactly. So, okay, granted, I'll give them passes on that because I'm coming from a different perspective. I play games on PC. I will not play an FPS game on an Xbox. I tried playing Destiny on the Xbox, and I felt like I was 6,000 pounds trying to turn. No.
Yeah, it's so different going backwards.
No, it's horrible. So even if you could just get a controller and play on a PC, please do that because it's not good. It's not good. Granted, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. The Xbox patch or whatever is not out for Destiny, and we'll talk about Destiny in a second. Those are the only two things I need to talk about. It's not out, so maybe that might change. I highly doubt it though. It's just the fundamentals of it. But yeah, I'm gonna play it as a Blu-ray player, and I'm gonna play other games like sandboxy games on the
Wait,
Xbox.
why not sell it?
I already opened it. It's too late. The only options I have is return it
Okay.
or keep it.
So why not return it?
I don't want to. I don't want to have the shame of returning it.
All right. Whatever you say.
And then one last thing, the controller doesn't work.
Describe to me the controller. Does it come with wireless?
It is a wireless controller that comes with batteries, LOL, and it doesn't work. The D-pad does not work. I got a broken controller in a brand new Xbox Series Xbox.
Return this shit. Oh my god.
I have my Xbox Elite controller that I use on PC. I was using that. It's definitely not the Xbox. It's the controller. It's a piece of shit. It's a piece of shit. 100%.
Well, you heard it here. Xbox is a disappointment.
Yeah, I really wish I waited for a PS5 because then at least I'd be playing Demon Souls at this point. So, you know me, I was a little bit upset with Bungie and Destiny, and I said I was going to stick it to the man, and I did. I bought their fucking $70 expansion. Go me.
How's that working for you?
They have disabled at least 6 things since the expansion dropped a week ago. That's how
What?
bad their QA is. They've disabled things. They've cut half of the game out originally for the thing. They were going to cut the fat. So they basically took the game down from, I want to say like 90 gigabytes to about 60 or so. And yeah, they've disabled things. Guns are not working. Things are incredibly broken. They didn't test their game. They did not test their game at all. And all the old content that still made it into the game that was older is not tuned for the new subclasses. So people are literally melting bosses with just pressing right click.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's what people like?
I mean, yeah, people do like that. It's fun. It's memes or whatever. But when you put like the rating race in Destiny is such a important thing. Like a lot of people tune in for it. They want to see the new raid. They want to see how people, you know, tackle it and combat it, and all the T1 teams of raiders like your Glads, your Dados, etc. They like watching them, and a lot of people tune in. Even people that are not Destiny fans, they always tune in. It's like kind of like World of Warcraft, but on such a smaller scale that usually they'll beat it within the first day or so. WoW raids are completely different. That's like days and days.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of integrity that they need to like uphold, and the raid comes out Friday. So when this episode is coming out, the raid will potentially, it won't be out, but later that day it will be out. Yeah, but other than that, I'm having fun taking it at my own pace. That's how I play Destiny now. Take it at my own pace. Don't try to boof all their content at once. And it's enjoyable besides all the bugs and shit. So
Right. Well,
other than
you
that, my
heard it
week was
here.
fine. Thumbs up, pretty good. It's very cold. Wear a mask, wash your butt. Bugsnax.
Yes. Tell me about Bugsnax, please, because I've played it.
Okay, so my week is over. We're talking about Bugsnax now. So I don't have that much experience on it. I've played maybe an hour and a half because I had a busy day today.
Did you make it to the beach?
I did not make it to the beach.
But you made it to the town?
Did not make it to the town, I don't think.
Okay, never mind.
I
You
was
didn't make
still
it to
doing
Snacksburg?
I think I'm right before that point. That's when I had
Yeah,
to
you
stop.
go through 2 zones like Something Falls and then Garden Grove, and then you hit Snacksburg. The only thing, there's nothing there about Snacksburg except advancing to the other areas. Like it's a bit of a hub where new areas will unlock and branch off. As you progress the story and your certain quests, there's side quests and main quests. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go on and on. But the first like extra area you unlock is the beach because you can't actually catch anything in the town. It's just kind of like you're where all the NPCs are hanging out.
Hmm. Okay. So the main thing that I like, um, my favorite thing is I was messing around with the settings, and I always do crazy shit just to see how the game works. And something possessed me to look down, straight down. I don't know. I have this like obsession with can I see my feet in game, or like my legs. And my my dude, my journalist, my guy, he's a little chungus. He's a little a little fupa going on down there. I thought
Yeah,
that
you
was
sent
pretty
me a
funny.
picture and I was like, what am I looking at? Oh, it's the guy's gut.
Yeah,
They're called like grumpuses or wumbuses.
yeah, furry chungus is what you're playing as. But I thought it was pretty interesting. Um, so far I thought it was hilarious because there's like a little burger and there- there's ketchup flowers that you pick up kind of like with the
Mm-hmm.
slingshot, and you have to like bait the little burger. I was shooting the burger for far too long with the ketchup
Mm-hmm.
than I'd like to admit, but because I wasn't reading, I don't read apparently, and yeah, it's funny. It's nice little, it's cute little sounds. Yes, you like cute little sounds too, and it plays okay. It's not terrible.
Remind you of Pokemon? Because my nephew was like, it's Pokemon. I know this.
No, Pokemon for me is the whole battling thing. Catching them, yeah, it might be similar, but the battling thing, it's not Pokemon to me. It's very Slime Rancher like.
Okay. Are you obsessed with catching them or could you take or leave it?
Too early to say. I'm still gonna play it a little bit, and then I'll have my complete thoughts
Okay.
next week.
THOTS. Got it.
Yes.
Snacks thoughts.
What are your second impressions of it?
I just still like it. I can't wait to play it more. So maybe I really am looking forward to you advancing to the area where I made it to the desert gorge area. Because it gets more challenging. So I was just interested to see what you thought about the mechanics they build on and they make it more complicated. I'm wondering how much more difficult it's going to become.
Yeah, they were laying it on kind of thick in the beginning. It's a little bit because it took me a long time to realize that I had to like bait them into the trap or wait or hide, but I don't know if I like that style of gameplay. I don't know.
Okay.
Too early to tell, but we'll see. If there's any more tool, because there's like a little toolbar, right? So if there's more tools and I can upgrade my little snatcher thing, then maybe. I just
Yeah,
like,
you're going to get they've hinted about a grappling hook.
yeah. For me personally, I like a little bit more active approach to like the whole game mechanic, rather than something like passive, like set it and then run away.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I'd like to see if you get frustrated or you enjoy the gorge.
we'll see. Is there a hard limit of how many bug snacks you can carry?
Yeah, you have limited inventory space, but you can pretty quickly unlock more. You start with 6 and then you get 8 pretty easily. Then because you're obsessed with catching them like me, you get lots of inventory space.
Okay. Is there any like hub area or like stash area where you can like store these little guys?
Not yet, no.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see.
That's why it's important to follow the quest because you can only hold so many. So if you catch what you think is a rare one, just you can go back. It'll still be there. I was like, oh my God, I gotta catch them all. I didn't have room in my freaking pockets. So just follow the quests.
Okay, cool. You want to keep talking about it? Do you have anything else?
No, I don't have anything else to add. I mean, I'd really like to move on to the next thing, the Animal Crossing update.
Yeah. So another update for Animal Crossing. Um, some promising shit in here. I hope this is what I think it is. Um,
Which
so
is what?
save data transfers.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So we're gonna get something. It's a Christmas and Thanksgiving update. So we're gonna be getting things like new outfits, new hats. They're going to. Did you try out the dream function?
No, I wasn't interested.
Okay, I tried it out and it was a little gimped to me. Like you needed to like I would need your dream code to go to your island, pretty much.
Yeah,
Type
that's why I
shit.
was like, too much work. Thanks.
Yeah. So they're apparently gonna put in a functionality to go to a random one, which I think is how it should have launched. But that's just me. I have too much common sense. Um. So yeah, this is officially touted as the winter update. A lot of people are excited because we're getting new hairstyles. Some hairstyles that people have been wanting. Like I think there's like cornrows in there. People are pretty fucking hype about. They're
Nice.
yeah, they're gonna put a Turkey Day thing. So I would love to see people doing Turkey Day in Animal Crossing versus catching
Yeah.
a respiratory disease. Um and we get a little turkey guy, I believe.
Sweet.
There's a new turkey NPC, so they're gonna do that in the square. Most of the stuff looks really, really cool inside of this thing. There's another NPC called Jingle. It's a reindeer. So what I'm seeing in this video, what I've seen, I think this might be enough. You know what I mean? To get people back.
All right.
I think this might be enough. So the most exciting part for me is save data transfers. I know, sexy, right? Um if I can transfer my island to my Switch Lite and finally play it in bed without smacking myself in the fucking head, thank you, Nintendo. Thank you.
Yeah, that's all you want for Christmas.
That's all I want. That's all I want. Just let me transfer my data. It's not going to stop hacking. If the game is hacked, they're going to hack it regardless. Just let the regular people transfer their data, please.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this is it. If this is it, then this update will be worth it. 100%.
I mean, you've bought 2 consoles. You've bought the game twice. So,
I didn't buy the game
just,
twice.
oh, I thought you bought it for Switch Lite and for your Switch.
No. You can still use the same card. I have it on a physical copy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right.
I bought
I
what
guess,
you're thinking of is I bought the Animal Crossing Switch, which doesn't come with the game. LOL.
I mean, if you had the electronic version, would you have to buy it twice or could you just unlock it?
No, I think you could do the game sharing thing,
Okay.
but that's too much fucking work. I'm an adult with money. I'm not gonna do that. Make a workaround to play my own fucking game.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so super excited about this. It comes out tomorrow, the 19th. So next week we'll have much more to go on. And
We'll have some thoughts.
yeah, so Oxford University, this is just a quick one.
Yeah.
Couple quick ones. Oxford University came out and basically said games equal good for mental health. And I would tend to agree, especially since we have the game of the year nominations are in for the video game awards, and we have a lineup of Animal Crossing New Horizons,
Yep.
Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, which I haven't played, it's really good, and The Last of Us Part 2. I mean, if 2020 wants to be shitty, Last of Us Part 2 wins, but hopefully, for me, it is between Animal Crossing New Horizons and Ghost of Tsushima, because it looked like a really cool game that people really enjoyed for the PlayStation. Final Fantasy VII Remake, not a full game, so no. But yeah. So I think personally for me, Animal Crossing was the MVP of quarantine. It held me over for a long time.
It saved a lot of lives.
Yeah, it held me over for a long time. So just on that merit alone, I think Animal Crossing should take it, but I wouldn't be mad if Ghost of Tsushima took it as well. But I just wanted to acknowledge Animal Crossing and let you guys know that video games are good. Tell your moms.
Well, yeah.
So, I forgot this was a thing, but apparently HBO Max needs money from you to be on your platform. They just went on Fire TV, I think like yesterday, the 17th,
Mm-hmm.
and the Roku people still don't have it. Most of the TVs that get sold for Black Friday have Roku built in. I think I
Yeah.
have 2 TVs in my house that are Roku TVs. The one in my room and one in
Yeah,
the
I
room.
have one too. They're good TVs.
They're really good TVs, but they don't have HBO Max, which is a fucking yike. But yeah, so hopefully Roku will get it. That's it. Pretty much it for TVs. Movies, not much because LOL movie theaters, but we did get a trailer today for Tom and Jerry. That's supposed to come out in 2021.
All right, so please explain.
This one was surprising to me. I don't know what boomers are asking for this shit because Tom and Jerry is such an old thing. And I
It's
think
not relevant. Yeah,
no,
it's not relevant anymore.
the last movie I think came out in 1992,
It's
which
like
is almost 30 years ago.
It's like an itchy and scratchy movie.
Yeah, so just based on some light research about this, it was supposed to come out in 2009, but it is experienced what people call development hell. People didn't know if it should be full animated or kind of like half animated, like what they shown, because this has some live action elements in it, and it has Chloe Grace Moretz in it, and
Weird.
yeah, Michael Pena, Ken Jeong. I'm like, okay, this is like a weird soup of actors and actresses.
I watched 2 seconds of this trailer and then nope. Just nope. Yeah.
Yeah, no. This
And
doesn't
I
look good.
like animation. I used to watch Tom and Jerry. Yeah. This is not like Animaniacs where the comedy holds up today.
Yeah, it was not funny to me. I didn't chuckle or laugh at any point during this trailer.
You think they were like from the creators of Sonic the Hedgehog?
Sonic the Hedgehog was way more funnier than this shit seems. So
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. I don't like the art style neither.
Yeah.
Big pass for me. Next, we are going to talk about the 2 things we talk about every week: a movie and the show we're watching. So again, we watch movies in the Discord link on the website, lowerbitrate.com. The movie that we watched this week was my pick, one of my favorite movies, Interstellar.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot how sad it was. But
I told you, I was like, get ready for feel. That's why I was hesitant to watch it. I was like, okay, fine, I can watch it now.
But the next movie we're going to watch, we're going to go on a Robin Williams Film Fest. The first movie is going to be Good Will Hunting, very underrated. And it has a lot of people like Batman and Matt Damon in it.
Yeah, join us. It'll be on the 23rd, Monday at 7 o'clock Central.
Yes.
Join us. We have a good time.
So, Interstellar. This is a very controversial movie.
Why?
Because there's 2 camps in this movie. Either you hate it or you love it.
Who hates this movie?
Non-intellectuals.
All right.
So what do you think? I know what I think. I don't know what you think. What do you think?
Oh, I loved this movie the first time I saw it. I mean, because I love movies where you walk out of the theater like talking about them, and you talk about them like on the drive home. And there were things in this movie that I'd never seen done in film before. So I really liked it a lot. I love sci-fi and fantasy, and there was a lot of that in this, and a lot of like space travel. Ooh, I love like theories on space and other dimensions and what's at the end of the, even our galaxy. Like they were within our solar system, so it seemed like they were completely lost in space, but they were, within planets that we know. So yeah, I liked the first time I saw it. Second time I saw it, I liked it as well because the ending wasn't like a what? Like I knew from the beginning what was being built. And I like the themes it brought up too. There's a lot of themes in the movie, like being a parent. Even though I'm not a parent, I was able to relate to that, like being a daughter. Just I thought that was interesting. They talk about really deep things on like the relationship between a parent and a child, and the theme of what can cross dimensions, which is, cracking the theory of gravity, which I thought was cool in the movie. And then, it's like with science, what can transcend time and space. They talked about a lot of themes with that.
Yeah. It's easy to forget, and they do a really good job of hiding this or just giving you sparingly details about it. They're basically living in like a post-apocalyptic world where they've reached such efficiency and they have no time for you to be like, "Oh, I want to be an astronaut." And in reality, you're like a cashier teller. So, some of the things that stood out to me were the New York Yankees and how they were basically like a fucking softball team.
Yep.
Looking at the reality of it, the New York Yankees are one of the biggest teams in the world, and they spend the most money. And then that game was completely derailed by a sandstorm. I think the entire world runs on corn at this point, right?
Yeah, like remember he was like popcorn at a baseball game, gross. Like Michael Caine was. He was like, I want a hot dog. So
Right.
apparently those, no more hot dogs.
It's the irony of it because you would get some popcorn at a ball game, and they've eaten it so much they're disgusted by it. Um, this movie is a little bit different than other Christopher Nolan movies because it was developed and written in collaboration with his brother. So it's not 100% Chris Nolan. It has some aspects of his brother in it. But I like the way they give you the information in like a post-apocalyptic world, but they ground it in reality where seeing a drone, like a drone from India or something like that at the very beginning of the film is not foreign to them. It's kind of like a little treat, you know? And
Yeah.
it's easy to miss that all of the like corn harvesters that, Matthew McConaughey has are kind of like automated. And there's a
Driverless.
yeah, so they're kind of like it's such a there's like a ghost element into this. There's a little bit of like shroud of mystery. The first time you watch this, you're gonna have no idea what the fuck is going on, and it
You
gets
probably
weirder.
won't catch on that they're in like wartime. Like it's like that's how desperate things are, is they're refusing to let kids study and pursue what they want to study. It's like, no, we're trying to survive. You have to go into farming.
Yeah, so farming is kind of like the backbone of the whole country, I guess. I don't know if it's world, but yeah, you get a real wake up call when Matthew McConaughey goes into school because his wife previously died, and you get a heartfelt story about how MRIs don't exist because I believe that rare earth metals are used in MRIs, if I'm not mistaken.
And was it also because of like anomalies on the earth?
Something
Or
like that.
yeah.
Yeah, they give you little tidbits of like why things are like that, and they couldn't find her cancer until she had passed, which is kind of terrifying when you really think about it. Because they can pretty much, find that pretty early in modern medicine.
Right. Just with imaging and like a blood test.
Yeah, but this film for me, The acting is so phenomenal. They have so many good actors in this film. This is prime Matthew McConaughey at his best, right after
Oof.
Dallas Buyers Club.
Yes.
He's so good in this one, and I love it when you could just tell that this role was made for him in mind. I don't want to say like exclusively, but he plays it so well. He's such a charismatic dude. He's so funny when he wants to be, and he could be that comedic relief. When shit hits the fan, basically. And then you have
And
other actors as well, like the supporting cast that are so good that they just like bounce off of him. You know what I mean? Because he's in the film like 90% of the time, right?
right.
What were you gonna say?
Just that, yes, the supporting actors are good, like Michael Caine. He was excellent in it. John Lithgow was really good in it. And Anna Hathaway too. Sometimes I'm not an Anne Hathaway fan, but she does a really good job in this one.
Yeah, I do like Anne Hathaway in this film, a lot, and I love how Christopher Nolan takes actors that he's worked with previously
Mhm.
and works with them again. This is the first time he worked with Matthew McConaughey, I believe, but this is the multiple times that he's worked with Michael Caine, and I think this is the second time he's worked with Anne Hathaway. And then
Mhm.
there's also like little parts of like really really good fucking actors like David Oyelowo. He played the school principal. He's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. And he just had a small appearance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is so good.
This
And
movie too, just to mention, it's heartbreaking as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
At multiple times. It's utterly heartbreaking. And yeah, I'd recommend you watch it to find out how they make such intense drama that you get heartbroken along with these characters. So give it a watch.
yes. If you haven't seen it, we're gonna spoil the shit out of it, right now. So if you haven't seen it, please go watch it. I absolutely love the spin on space and time, how they did it,
Mhm.
and the twists and turns, how they did it as well. The water planet, the idea that this person has been pinging, yes, this is good for years, but in
Yeah,
reality, when they get there, they may have died maybe less than an hour ago because how time works in this
right.
place.
And they died like immediately
Heartbreaking.
on impact. Yeah.
Yes, heartbreaking. And then you, this movie does a really good job of giving you information and then fucking ripping you out of your seat because some shit hits the fan. Like for example, you're getting the information that they they give you the information while they're on the planet of how it works with, gravity and the gravitational pull of these black holes that they're going through. But then one of them dies, just gets sucked in, and they're stuck there for I want to say maybe like an hour and a half or so,
Yep.
maybe 2 hours.
2 hours.
And on Earth, 23 years has passed. And the actor,
Heartbreaking.
yeah, the actor that played um the guy, I forget it, David Gyasi, I think his name is.
Yeah, I didn't know his name. Kind of recognized him.
I don't remember his name. But the guy in the ship does a real good job of displaying like, "Oh, I'm kind of fucking crazy. I've been in this ship for 23 years waiting for you."
Yes, because they left one man behind up out in space, and then three of them went down to this planet where time is fucked. I
Mhm.
just something I'm sure you know this, but a little Easter egg about the movie is that if you watch the scene, listen, and I was able to listen this time to pay attention to it, you hear a clock ticking,
Yep.
and every tick that you hear is a year. right? It's an hour going by. So because they're there for this many hours, it equals this many years. Just every tick is heartbreaking once you realize what's going on with the sound.
Yeah. Another thing, it's a meme, but his performance when he sees his kids grow up before his eyes within the next 2 hours,
He meets
and
his
they're
grandbaby.
adults. Yeah, he meets his grandbaby on a screen within 3 hours of
This mission. This
yeah
mission took 3 hours for him, and I mean, it was devastating because you think like, "Holy shit, does Earth even still exist?"
yeah. You don't know.
But then realizing that like his kids have grown up and they're going to be the last generation on Earth.
One Matt Damon, he's such a fantastic villain. I love the way they did the villain in this film. Every film needs an antagonist, and
Also, was Matt Damon's character named Dr. Man?
Dr. Man, yeah.
I loved that. It was just a destructive man. Like he represented mankind, right? Like
Yeah, he basically personifies the worst in us.
yeah,
The desperation, the lying, the deceit.
the divisiveness.
Yeah, and then he displays a little bit of humanity at the end, like I can't watch you die. He tries to kill Matthew McConaughey by making him breathe ammonia. And if you've ever smelled ammonia, ammonia is horrible.
And Matthew McConaughey turned pink, right? Like maybe from like too much carbon dioxide or something. I forget exactly what that atmosphere was, but it was not breathable.
No, he was basically lying about his planet. You see that he dismantled his robot because you get very early on the Case robot and the TARS robot. They're military robots that were given to the now defunct NASA. That's essentially like a rogue organization. Um, they have like honesty parameters programmed into them, and they have no room for deceit and lying. So he dismantled the robot to falsify his reports once he realized that his habit was uninhabitable. And he essentially was so much of a fucking coward that he didn't want to kill himself just out of the off chance that someone comes to go get him. But he put himself in like a little cryo sleep and didn't give him a date to wake up. So essentially, that was like a pseudo way of killing himself because he would not wake up.
He gave up.
Yeah, the way they handled the villain was such a good short way to have some drama, because there's drama all over this film, but it's a little bit different when it's like man-made, no pun intended.
Dr. Man-made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the final thing I want to talk about this film is the third act, and the third act is really what makes or breaks the film for most people. If you have like because they do a really good job of giving you like emotional information, and they make you realize what's happening, but your brain is like so on edge that you don't fully process it. Like they tell you exactly what's going on. If you really listen to the very end and you know about all the emotional turmoil and your brain is not processing that for the first time, you understand what's happening fully. They give you full details of who they are, what they did, what this is, how gravity works, what it transcends, how time works, and you just can't process it because you're struggling with the idea that Matthew McConaughey just sacrificed himself
and is caught within a fifth dimension.
Yeah, so the big I guess like the gem of this is Christopher Nolan and his brother's interpretation of what a fifth dimension is. And the whole idea of the film, the others, the aliens, you think they choose Matthew McConaughey's character Cooper, but they don't. They choose his daughter. The manifestation of the fifth dimension is her room. They have a cerebral connection to one another that will bring him to there so that he can relay the information that they have about saving Earth to her. A lot of people
She's
lose
the
that.
she's the Cooper, that saves the world, that
Yeah.
saves mankind.
He's not the protagonist in this film is Murph. It's not Matthew McConaughey's character.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
that's
and
the twist.
that also creates a different viewing experience the second time because you're paying attention to the main character who the twist is you don't realize who the real antagonist is.
Yeah, you don't the antagonist could be anybody. It's like the world itself. It's like, killing itself. But I think that Jessica Chastain, older Murph, and Mackenzie Foy, younger Murph, do a fantastic job of being the protagonist character. It's like it's there. It's like a cloak and dagger. That's the protagonist. That's the main character. That's who this is based off of. And the storytelling is so good to make you think that Matthew McConaughey's character is the one. He's not. He is a cog in the wheel.
Well, if you think about it too, we watch 23 years at least of Jessica Chastain's life unfold before us, but through the eyes of Matthew McConaughey. So it's a little deceptive. We're viewing things through his eyes for a little while, but then second watching, to view things through her perspective. Yep. Something I wanted to notice too, I wanted to note is I noticed what I thought was a little Easter egg. The bookshelf has so much significance to this movie. It's the main, connect. It's how like the father connects to the daughter. And the only book I was able to see the title of on the shelf was The Willoughbys, which is by Lois Lowry, who I recognize that author. So this is children's literature. The 4 Willoughby children set about to become deserving orphans after their neglectful parents embark on a treacherous around-the-world adventure. So the 4 astronauts, you think? Were the ones that set out about this journey, this adventure that's treacherous.
Yeah.
That's all I could make of it. I thought it was interesting. Maybe Nolan is a big fan of that book. Somehow it inspired something.
Yeah, it's really good. There's a lot of other things that we cut out from this, but it would be too long to mention all the little tidbits. There's so many fantastic little things. So many heartbreaking moments when you realize that Casey Affleck is in this. He plays older Matthew McConaughey's son. You realize that his first son died because he inhaled too much dust.
Yeah, tragic.
Yeah. If you haven't seen this movie, it is one of my favorites. It is not my favorite from Christopher Nolan. That one is for Inception. But it is a fantastic movie. Watch it twice. It is a long movie. It is almost 3 hours long, but it doesn't feel that way because of how it's paced. And one final shout out. The music in this movie is fantastic. Fantastic. Hans Zimmer is the GOAT.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I feel like it's timeless. So well done, Hans Zimmer.
Golf claps. All right, moving on. Spoilers for The Mandalorian for season 2, episode 3. The Heiress. What'd you think about this one?
Liked it. Some people didn't like it. Some people didn't like meeting this other, kind of quote unquote cult of Mandalorians.
Did you know that this episode directly intertwines with the Clone Wars?
Mm-hmm. I read that online afterwards because I saw some people not so happy about the other Mandalorian's armor.
Yeah.
I forget the actress's name, but one of the female Mandalorians, they had boob armor, they said, but it was just a chest plate that was made to protect her body. I just didn't understand why people were upset about it. I was like, I think the armor looks great. Not every Mandalorian looks the same. So what's the problem?
Yeah, I'm on the outside on this one. I don't have any boobs. I have man boobs, but not regular boobs. And
Okay.
if I were Don't have man boobs. But if I were a woman warrior with Mandalore armor, I would want something that fits me. You know?
Yeah. Not wear a man's armor, perhaps, like, or
Right.
just even wear the armor that fits your body. Like it fit her body. She's not Pedro Pascal size. So,
Yeah, I
or
mean,
I know it's not really him in there, but the size of the Mandalorian.
you don't think it's him? I think it's him.
Oh, I thought you said it wasn't him in there. I
What?
thought he only did the voice.
That is a question to Google. So,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know why people were butthurt about that. That's basically like, trying to virtue signal, body positivity, blah, blah, blah. But I had no problem with it. I thought it was an awesome episode. One thing that stood out to me, Pedro Pascal, like I said before, is single-handedly carrying the Star Wars franchise on his back. Please get him a back brace. Um, the the moment where he's trying to find, what is he trying to find again? He's trying to find another Mandalorian, right? Or the
That's all
Jedi
he's
or
trying to
something.
find. Yeah, because he's alone. Well, he's trying to find these Mandalorians to take him to the Jedi so he can return the child.
Right. So he gets on a ship and he gets baited. Big bait. And they try to take his armor. His armor is expensive. So it's essentially money, right? Like they use that as currency.
Yeah, the Beskar.
Yeah. Um there's one moment in this sequence, the fighting is good and everything like that. That's cool. Awesome. There's one moment that sticks out to me at the very end. When Baby Yoda is safe. If you listen to it again, he is like panic breathing. Panicked breathing, like, oh shit. Are you okay? I'm glad you're
Yeah.
okay. Like it's such
Yeah.
a sigh of relief from someone who is basically ruthless, right?
Right. Mando dad, best dad.
Yeah, Mando dad, best dad. I thought that was a
That's
very important thing.
that's what I was going to mention about Matthew McConaughey. I forgot is Dad McConaughey is a great role for him.
I really like him in those roles. So we knew about this, right? The Darksaber. We heard it in this episode.
Yes, because we've seen it.
Yes, we've seen it. It was at the very end of season 1.
I believe Moff Gideon has it, right?
Moff Gideon does have it.
AKA Gustavo Fring.
So nerds last season were like, oh shit, the Darksaber's here. What's going to happen? And I think they're building towards another Moff Gideon showdown. And it's going to revolve around the Darksaber. Because he still wants the child, right? Like he knows they're out there. I think they put the child, his importance on the backseat. And they're doing a deceptively good job of it. Because the last few episodes are, the first one was he was trying to find the Mandalorian. He got baited with the little snake thing, big boy, and it was about that. Nothing about the child in danger. The second one was the spiders and the X-Force people talking
And the
about
frog.
okay, yes, the frogs. The danger was mostly on the frogs and how they were going to respond to him because they wanted to, basically shoot him down, but they were the ultimate reason why he was saved because he did some good things and helped some people take down the Empire. So that saved his ass. Deceptively good. And this one was a direct attack on him to get his Beskar armor. It's not the child was basically in proximity danger, not direct danger.
So this, I just hear what you're saying is in like there's the main quest, and then there's side quests.
Right, we're on the side quests.
Yeah.
And they're doing that purposeful, and it's just a testament to how Jon Favreau writes his stories and writes the show, because the child being in danger every episode would get old real fast. It'll be
Yes.
like an episode of House. You know what I mean? Like they're always gonna get there in the end. You're just there for the ride.
It's very cohesive in my opinion too, because he could be like, oh, as you know, an episode this season, we're going to have a one-off and we're gonna like show the story of the frog lady or some like, or the mechanic, like Amy Sedaris's character. They could very easily do that, but I like how the story is flowing just right into the next episode.
Yeah. Yeah. So 100% the stunt doubles inside of the Mandalorian suit.
100.
Confirmed.
Mm-hmm. No
Which makes
banthas this
sense.
episode. I was disappointed. No banthas.
Yeah. Which is interesting because so we have a direct line of who directed this episode, and it's Bryce Dallas Howard.
Mm-hmm.
She does a fantastic job. She did this one in episode last season.
I don't think I liked the episode she did last season, so I was a little like, but this one was really good. I liked it.
Do you remember which one she did? Sanctuary, right?
I don't remember.
I think it was the Sanctuary one, but I can't look at it because the Vulture wants me to pay, and I'm not paying. So yeah, our question was: is Pedro Pascal inside of the suit? The answer is no, it's not.
You told me that.
I don't remember telling you that, to be honest.
Okay.
But yeah, she's quoted on record for not working with him on set. He's never on set. He just voices the character, which probably gives him even more fucking clout to put exact emotions in certain areas, which is amazing. Yeah, this episode was fantastic. We saw some stormtroopers. We got some suicide boys. Like, fuck is wrong with that guy? I don't know. That was what was that? An electric cyanide pill?
That was crazy. He had like a molar implant that he bit down on.
Yeah, it was like it's an ode to like cyanide pills, like having a false tooth and having a cyanide pill in there, just to fuck your shit up. But yeah, this one was fantastic. I mean, do you think we're gonna see them again, the Mandalore? I think yes.
Because they're helping them get to the Jedi, aren't they?
No, she sent him on his merry way.
Oh, my bad.
At the very end.
I don't think we'll see these Mandalorians again. They came in and they swooped in and saved his ass a few times. So, yeah, I don't think we'll see them again. They can't swoop in and save him again. They did that so many times.
I think so.
What do you think?
I think their paths are going to cross again because Moff Gideon wants the child. They want the Darksaber to rule Mandalore.
Yeah. Good point.
I think their paths will cross, but I'm done speculating about where they're going to go because the last 3 episodes are not where I think they were going to go.
Exactly.
So we'll see. I mean, he's still progressing the story in some way. But yeah, my dog likes it too. He loves it.
Yeah. He's a good judge, of quality television. So thanks for the, chime in there. Well, anything left to add about this episode of The Mandalorian, episode 3?
Nope, I loved it. Watch it.
All right. Well, again, thanks for listening. If you've made it this far, again, check out our website. It's lowerbitrate.com. And we appreciate you. See you next week.
Bye.